Back to vertical, yes. Playing with the phone. Oh my. Back to the narrow view. You know what I think that it is? Because it had happened. I remember there was a moment where, if I had two devices, even if I wasn't on the same account, but if I had two devices on the live stream, it would create something. It's just that I need the other device to learn to read, because sometimes this chat it freezes. So I need to have another one. Let's see how long it lasts. Hey Hope, hello again. this is like the third. Oh nice, it's starting to lag, right? Like the light. So yeah, I'm going to try to not use another device just in case, this one gets offended. I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, YouTube is like is somehow boycotting my live stream. Yeah, not having feelings probably. I wouldn't be surprised. It's the Virgo season. There's something wrong, with me and the Virgo season. They don't like me with the big leagues. Yes. If this continues like this, I'm going to have to go to TikTok, guys. It's just that it's a shame that if I move to TikTok, if I do the TikTok lives, I will not be able to save it. The readings will be in there, like in our conversation. Not TikTok. The high with the wavy hand, I don't know. For me, it appears in Spanish. It says, hola, hi in Spanish. Oh, no, really? Weather is crazy here. I'm Hong Kong, there's a hurricane coming. Oh, my God. Oh, take care, Daniel. What part are you? I have to call my friend, my army friend. Not the way behind, but the set specifically. Yes, set high, yes. La Paz, Northwest. Oh, wow. Yes, take care. This weather is crazy. September 1st, an earthquake. Yeah, I feel it heavy, honestly. I feel September, I feel it heavy. I don't know why. I was reflecting the other day. I was like, what is going on? Because I felt, like nervous, like uneasy, like worrying a lot, worrying a lot for stupid things, things that you cannot control. But, I don't know what is going on. Maybe I believe someone said, an astrologer said that could it be that there's going to be eclipse season? So it sort of makes sense that I don't know. I feel it very. I don't know in what house I have it, but it's nervous more than usual. More than usual. I'm on the 7th. We're going to have eclipse, but let's remain positive. 2 eclipses. Mm. Mm. Hasten food. Oh, also Saturn has retrograded back into Pisces. Mm. I was mentioning about this Korean movie. I loved it. Love and Tangle. I believe it's called. Beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. I enjoyed it very much. Yeah. And I appreciate so much that there was no like violence, among the children, among the teenagers, because content or you see this kind of movies, there's always someone suffering, and I was glad that they didn't include that, that they didn't tormented the poor girl. Yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But yeah, I haven't, like I mentioned in the group, I have a new favorite actor. This guy that is in the movie, I know him from a study group. I don't know. We watched, right? Right, Fluffy? Yeah, we watched a study group, right? The K drama. That it was so good, but it lasted, I believe, like uh He reminds me of Jujon and Moonbeam, depending on the pic. Yeah, some people had said that he kind of looks like Moonbeam. Yes, yes. But there's something just very cynical. This is why I think that they always pick him sometimes from the other roles that I've seen of his. They always play him to be like the bad guy, or to be like, to be the bad guy or to be the bully, because there's something about stares very, very fixated on something, and then when he smiles, I don't know why his smile, it's so the Joker. I don't know. I feel like, wow, like, don't smile, please. Like, he does have like a cute smile, but then when he smiles with all his teeth, it seems like his face does something that is like a bit frightening. So I'm like, don't smile. Don't smile with your teeth, please. Oh, you didn't watch Study Group? Oh, you have. You must. Now you must, Fluffy. I love the Study Group. It's so cool. It's so cool. Hey, Akira, hello again. It's the cat face. It's the cat face. It's the cat face. But yeah, it's a bit like Chen also. But yeah, maybe there's something about him that, because I was like, he's a very young teenager, but he's very young. So I was like, when I saw him in this role, he usually plays roles in a high school or something like that. But in this one in particular, the way they style him, probably the way he appears in other dramas as well, it reminds me so much of the popular guy at school that we all used to have a crush on. The guy, the typical, the hairdo, the style, the one that is great at sports, the popular kind of guy. He does have that vibe of the popular kid. Um, he has that, he has that beauty, that but also that presence. There's something deeper in him. I think that he's a very interesting. I believe he also was a hero class. It was, what was it? Also the weak zero class. What was weak hero class? The K drama of the book. He was one of the. He didn't appear much, but he was one. He was like, I believe he was a fighter that he was hired to fight with the main character. He didn't have much screen time, but he was great. He was great. What's the actor's name? Yeah, Chan Woon Min. Ah, I swear I thought he was a Virgo. No, I didn't. I didn't look for it. No, I just saw the picture on a TikTok. I saw a picture. See the picture that I with you guys, the one that it says that one I saved, and I remember that there was a hashtag. Yeah, the name was Chabunin, but I didn't look for him. I didn't. I was like, oh, he's cute. I didn't. I didn't have time to look for his birthday. No. But well, now I know. Now I know. Now you're letting me know. I thought he looked like a Virgo guy. I don't know why. There was something that I'm like, he reminds me of someone. Like I had like this deja vu, but because that's why I was saying, like, because I remember his face. There's something about him having. It's not about being like organized in his appearance, but there's something about him just looking always in control. Like very very intelligent, very like intelligent, but not intelligent goofy. Intelligent, like when we think, when we were mentioning about this, about the Aries and Virgo energy, talking about this, the chess player, someone that looks at you and is like, oh yeah, I'm going to anticipate to this that you're going to do. I'm analyzing what you're going to do next, and I'm going to, but yeah, I didn't know. Wait. He's giving the finger in Weak Hero class. There's like the first image that pops. Oh, you and the Virgos, leave the men alone. Yeah, I should. Yes, definitely. But they are great actors and idols. What can I do? I always tell you, I have once there was someone that asked me why Lino was my bias. And, because the person that asked me was like, oh, he's not that, outstanding, like an idol that all, that he's an ace, or not about a talent, but about personality. It's not like the typical idol that, he's always there in front and you cannot take your eyes away from him. But I think that probably my kind of idol, my biases have this in common, is that they have the face and the attitude that they don't want to be there, that they don't want to be doing the job, that they don't want to be famous. It's just that they're talented or they're beautiful and they just do it. But they always have this attitude of, oh, I wish I was somewhere else, not here. And I think that that's what, maybe from this guy in particular, that even though he can, maybe tomorrow he will get a romantic role where he's a cute guy, and I will not buy it. I will believe, I know you're very inside. Yeah, it's just that there's something, and also I think that maybe it's his Scorpion age. I didn't know. I swear I thought he was an earth sign, because I don't know why he's always so like organized that he's giving me earth sign energy. But yeah, maybe it's the moon in Virgo that he's like very well like managed. Like I don't know what is the combination between Virgo and Scorpio. I never met a Scorpio with Virgo moon. Is there an idol that is like has the combination, Fluffy? A Scorpio with Virgo moon? I can definitely see Lino's appeal and this actor too. That brooding appeal. Which is very Scorpio. I feel you. My biases are Scorpios and Aquariuses. Yeah, I think that I gravitate towards those signs. Yes. Mm-hmm. I think that, yeah, Aquarius is and Scorpio. I'm like there. Yeah. Like they just don't want to feel your fantasies. It's like if you fantasize with me, it's a you problem. I'm just doing my job and I cannot wait to go home. Let's see. I think that we said this, Scorpio Virgo or Virgo Scorpio. Is there? Oh yes, we did the Virgo Scorpio, because we don't have a Scorpio Virgo. That it's is the acupuncturist. Remember the acupuncturist? Again, again, working very sharp, working with sharp objects. Par Jesús, who is Scorpio Sun. Ah, Virgo Moon. And he's dream too. Ah, Eugene from I. Mm-hmm. Hello. She's a Virgo Sun, Scorpio Moon. Don't remember if we gave an example. The other, I think that we mentioned her. Yeah, the acupuncturist. But we were talking about the acupuncturist. We were like, wow. I just cannot get over. I just can't get. I remember her. I remember, and this is very. It must be heavy to be a Virgo with the Scorpio placements, because they, with the acupuncturist, like with all the sharp objects coming to you. Because I remember she said there was a brief part of an interview that it was like an interview show, like a variety show. I don't know. But in there was this what I know is a Scorpio, is this guy that I don't know if you guys remember this bodyguard, that it was Red Velvet's bodyguard, but he was so handsome, and I don't know how, but he became an actor. And he appears in Alchemy of Souls, I believe. Yeah. And he's like a very muscular, tall guy, very, he's beautiful, beautiful. And, and this girl of Ive, Eugene of Ive. And I don't know how, because I don't know the rest of the conversation, but there was like this small clip that she was like, I don't know if there was something about them asking if he reminded them of something or someone. And she looked at him and she was like, you kind of look like a Lego. And it's so true. It's so true. She said, you kind of look like a Lego. Like the head. He looks like a Lego. Like a Lego figurine. That's why we cannot have nice things. See, when we flirt, we are lethal. I don't know if she was flirting with him, but that's something that I would say to someone that I like. I'm not a Virgo, but I have that, it's not even humor, but it's like I'm observing you, and somehow, I, instead of saying something nice, I just say something just very like, it's not embarrassing, but I think that the other person will have to be very open-minded to be like, oh, that's funny that you're calling me this, but not to a Scorpio person. He's going to hate her forever. And call the grudges and now everyone calls him Lego. A Lego, yes. But if you look at the Lego, it's him. It's definitely him. It's the Lego. It's the Lego head. Yeah, Shin Seung-ho. Ah, JB a bit. The Lego, I swear. I swear. But see, going back to the acupuncturist, it's like, the girl, Virgo and Scorpio, they cannot help to throw the darts at you, because even though this is like a medicinal, or like a profession of care, I also think about Virgos just saying things. And if you add a bit of Scorpio to it, it's going to be lethal. It's going to be lethal. And I remember when I saw that small clip and I'm like, that's so intelligent. Like she said it and I immediately said like, oh, that's true. That's true. She has the eagle eyes. She can see, she can see, she can see. Like, I just still cannot get over him. I think that every time I see him on screen, I'm like, oh, that's a Lego guy. And I feel so bad, but it's hilarious. She was, I think that back then, I was like, this is my bias. This is my bias. I just, when I saw her, I just thought she was just being a Virgo, you know. Virgo women, they are like this with men sometimes. They are very sharp also. Like I seen Virgo women say these things to men, but I'm like, whoa, it was so well. It was a great observation. It was a great observation. I think it's way too delayed. Oh, it's the oh yeah, Eugene. It's lagging. It's lagging again, guys. Oh. I'm like, you're going to remain single for a while if you keep me like this. Ah, okay. Thank you. Do we have a combination of Virgo and Libra in K-pop? Oh, no, but it also could be me. Aquí. Soyeon? Okay, Virgo and Libra, we have the card of designer. His song? It reminds me of NCT song designer. Um, it says organized and meticulous. Very neat in your. My dad run. Oh my. So OCD and relationships probably. I mean, I think that for a rising would be okay, but if it's a moon, I think that the moon in Virgo it's challenging for a lot of people. Um, and I wonder how you manage this. You know, the sharpness or being so detailed and so intelligent and sharp, and then having to balance everything to somehow be okay with everyone or be okay with the other part or with someone else. You know, because Libra is all about balance, it's all about like, okay, like let's get along. So I wonder how a Virgo energy does to not be that harsh, you know, like because you cannot help but to see the details, you know, the truth. I did art school, so very fitting for me. Personally. And Draculaura has Virgo, Sun, Libra, Moon, and Rising. For Draculaura. Yeah, so you guys should, yeah, if you have that energy, also work with art. But yeah, probably also very organized, all about, beauty, balance, just, you know, yeah, Virgo Moon seems difficult. Virgo Sun Libra Rising is difficult because it puts the Sun in the 12th house, which creates this isolating feeling. Oh, I thought I was a Virgo and I don't have a single Virgo placement. Really? Are you sure? Maybe your North Node? I wanted to be a stylist and then, couture designer too. Wow. Where is your midheaven, Fluffy? Is there Aquarius in Libra? Yeah, I believe it is. It's the feminist. This card is beautiful. Libra and Aquarius. The feminist. Women empowerment. Freedom for all of us. This is great. This is great. I think that this is like a good connection. See, because it's like, instead of Libra that is more like focused on finding the one and on about the other person, in Aquarius invites you to open the web, open your influence. It's like, that saying that it says like, if one of us is safe, then everyone is safe. I think that this is so important for women's rights. That it's not just about looking pretty. It's also about doing something, with while being a woman, but also, I think that it's important to have women that think from a perspective of freedom, so we can then all enjoy it. Not living for the people. Yeah, you are for the people. Equality, exactly. Especially for women, for women, being there for other women, fighting for them, for their equality. I wish we had more of this. Cancer with South Node. Midheaven. Cancer. I like it. I think that is beautiful. And let's see what it says. If it says, feminist. It says rebel, join a group. Your creativity appears when you are with them. So you have to find your group also. Find your group. Yes. Yes. Same, Fluffy. I agree. I'm so tired about the online, yes, indecisive, when it's really more about diplomacy and relationships. Yes, I agree. I feel the same when I see the Two of Swords. When I see the Two of Swords, usually is very associated with Libra. And they always. So I'm like, it's not that, but Yeah, Libra is much more. Yeah, there's a lot of stereotypes in astrology. I noticed that. I noticed that. Yes, Aquarius just sent here to fight. Yes. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not indecisive, because I am. Yeah, I think that, yeah, it's just that indecisive, or in the process of not knowing what decision you're going to take, is put under a light of, like, there's something lacking in you that you don't make up your mind. But some things sometimes, in life, there's moments where you just have to pause and not make a decision, not make it. You have to reflect, or there's another circumstances that forces you to stop and just be neutral. you know I think that if we were all decisive, and if we were all like, oh, I already have the answer, I think that we would clash a lot, a lot, a lot. If we were all guided by our, oh, I think, or my idea is this, my decision is this, I want to do this. But yeah, wait, we have to reconcile, we have to meet at some point. um I don't know, I think that for me, particularly in workplaces, I do have, because I'm a Capricorn, and I do have a strong Scorpio placement, but I think that my midheaven in Libra always put me in situations where I have to be the mediator, and I have to, yeah, literally sit with people that I have very reactive people, and then I have people that are very sensitive, that they just get offended, and that they are also get overwhelmed easily. And then I have the other ones that are like, oh, but we have to have an answer. And so I have to be there in the middle. And I empathize with both parties. I think that yeah, I understand you want a resolution, and the other part just needs time. So I have to sit in there. Um and sometimes, even if I think about my decisions, I'm also very, like, rushed to make a decision. It seems like it's not that I know it everything, it's just that for me, maybe I'm more like practical, like, oh yeah, this works, this doesn't work. But I think that when you have to collaborate with others, it's not that simple, because it's not about you only, you're affecting others, so you have to, reconcile. You have to reconcile, because it's not about you. And I think that I always was able to see this, even um um being an only child. I've always had, like, friends, or played with children of my age and younger, and they had siblings, and there was, like, a lot of fights, and I would always be in the middle. And I will always be like, okay, you guys, you have to get along better, or let's not fight, you know. Um, and if it was up to my experience of just being by myself, I would be like, oh, I don't want to see none of this. Just, you guys fight, and I will go and play by myself. No, I would be, like, trying to get them to reconcile, to not fight. So maybe because I know what it's like to be at peace somehow. So I don't have um that disagreements, or I don't have the experience of having to fight to be right. It's like I know what I feel, or I know how I feel. But yeah, I was forced to take decisions in this Sagittarius household. Oh wow, yes, For me, it's more like, okay, there are good sides and bad sides for both options. What to do? Yes. Also, Libra being conflict avoidant is not just being that I've seen how annoying it is to argue for nothing. It has become a reflex to prevent escalation. Yeah, people just, and then they say whatever, and then they expect things to remain the same, and you're like, no, you said what you said. This is why sometimes I remind people, they are learning that whatever you say, the words have an impact on someone. So you have to think before you talk, before you speak, before you say something. You have to think, or at least know that there's a possibility that the other person is not going to like it. At least if you're going to say it knowingly that's going to happen. I have a Capricorn mother who reminded me yesterday that she doesn't for my opinion. Oh wow. And that she sees everything as an attack against her. Yeah. But I'm seen as problematic automatically because I'm the oldest sister of a boy. He's right and I'm wrong. Yeah. I seen that also. Yeah. Did you watch, guys, the documentary? The You have to watch that documentary. Yes, really. She doesn't have like listening comprehension. Yes. Mm. Um, and it's called Unknown Number, the high school catfish. Unknown Number, the high school catfish. And then after watching it and watching, who generated everything, then let me know what you think about, what sign is the person that created. I had my suspicions. I was like, oh, this looks so much like an energy that it sounds like they would do this. And I was right. I was right. I was like, sometimes there's like I don't like to use to think about neither sun signs, but like is too narrow, is too, but when you, I don't know how to say this, but when you smell a certain energy and you're like, is this person designed? And I got it right, and I was like, because it's not the first time that this kind of people break. There was another incident, but it was the person that did it also was designed. So I was like, my God. No, but then I will tell you how I found it out. Such moms throw things at you. Oh wow! But I have a Cap mom who has Pisces daughters, and I could never. My poor cousins. Does it deal with triggering things like big social issues? No, no. She's the type of cup Vanessa describes when she says why she doesn't like them. Mm. Oh my. Yeah, for me, the documentary could have been a bit shorter because they did drag it a lot. I was like, there were moments where I was like looking at my phone because I was so disinterested. Like the police took a long time, but well. Who is the most like the most popular um idol for you guys? Let's see the cards. Let's see the placements. Idols. Mm. And let's think about a placement that we didn't. I'm thinking about Taurus. Yes, idol. Yes. I'm thinking about Taurus idol because we finished with Aries, so we could advance to Taurus. Hmm. Bekion. What is Bekion? Taurus and Gemini, right? Is he a Gemini moon? Hmm. Taurus Sun, Gemini moon, and rising. He got the Potter or tile maker. So definitely he has to put to a good use. He has to use his hands, but also his intelligence for the details, I guess. Like he has to put, you know, he has to get to work. The Taurus is like, probably this is like the combination, the Taurus and Gemini. It could be the combination of someone like somehow this Gemini placement is pushing the person to, okay, let's work. Let's get to work, or let's get to materialize our ideas or our intellect. not so much of like, oh well, yeah, let's wait, for things to, manifest, or for things to develop, like the usual patience of a Taurus energy. And the Gemini is more like, yeah, let's get to work, let's create things, let's get on the details, let's study more. It's like, put it to good use. I Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon. Cute. Meditation for Ayu. Taurus Sun, Pisces Moon. Meditation. Meditation. Materialization and resonance. Moment to stop, to slow down, and start to enjoy the vitality that exists in quietness. Contemplate your here and now, and you will be awakened. The silence is the most productive thing that you can do. Mm. We don't have many Tauruses in the chat, right? Or Taurus placement? No, I don't think. I don't think so. Very peaceful. This deck is called Visual Zodiac Pro. Do we have Taurus in Scorpio? Or in Taurus? Idol? Q from the boys. This is so cute. This is so cute. Asterion. This is like a mythological creature. Asterion. The Beauty and the Beast. The Beauty and the Beast, but in one person. Yeah, it says your total surrender is what will release that energy that you are needing. Connect with the power of life and death. Possibility of inheritance. Yeah, I think that it's a very, I don't know, because we sometimes we talk about Q, especially the people that we are fans of the voice. Q, for me, I love him. He is one of my biases, but his behavior has always been so erratic to me. I can feel his awkwardness, his nervousness. He seems so in conflict, so in conflict, like Mr. Jekyll and is it Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde? I always confuse the names, but see, I think that when I see Q, I feel this energetically. I feel it like this. I feel like he is like a walking contradiction, and and he's so nervous. He's so nervous. So I never seen a Scorpio being so on the edge. I don't know. For him, I do see it. I do see it. I'm um, like that. I always thought that maybe this had to do with his Virgo placements. You know, he does have a Mars in Virgo. Could it be that he's like very, you know, but I resonate with him and his love for horror. I love horror as well. You know, I love what he loves. I love. But I think that there's something about his temper that I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Maybe idol life is not for him. My theory is Momo is Taurus rising, but there's no way to know that. Now I met and know Taurus people. No, they ain't. That's a front. I love Q. He seems like a very emotional person, though. Yes, in conflict. Mm. Taurus is still in other placement, but just not the sun. I love, yes. It's probably an aspect too, but I saw it as its Scorpio placements mostly. I don't know. I think that I don't know. You know, and also I don't know if there's something about Q being sort of at war with his moon in Taurus, because the only time that I see him chill and just being, you know, taking his time and just being like, okay, embracing the slowness is when he's eating, when he's having food, when he's having dinner, when he's eating, you know, snacks. In there, I can see him just like pausing a bit. But in other in other aspects, I see that he would be the one that I would be like very afraid of. I would be like, I'm not sleeping near that person. He's going to kill me in my sleep. Because he seems like this, you know, that he's going to do like some extreme move and then I'm gone. Yeah, when he does mukbang, yes. Yeah, when he does this, I can sort of enjoy, you know, I'm like, well, you know, he also eats very slowly, which gets on my nerves, um I can see him just being happy in there, you know, like coming back to his home, you know, to his center. But when he's with the others, he's like always, you know, in conflict. I was obsessed with a movie about a dude without head, but I don't know the name. My biggest love at 30-year-old. Oh, I love horror movies as well. Yeah. I remember you said that, and interesting, he's very close to New, who is a mega Taurus. Yeah, they are best friends. They are best friends. They are best friends. Best friends. Yeah. It's just that they can be mean together because they are like they are like the mean girls in in the boys, you know, in the sense that they have these rules, you know. It's like, okay, if you want to sit with us, we have, you know, like they have these live streams with the 98 line, you know, it's only for the 98 line. And I think that there was a part where they were like, to Jujon, they were like, oh well, you know, you're not a tiger, but yeah, we will take you anyways. But somehow being like, you know, um, discriminating a bit. Oh, I remember. Wait, is it? We cannot leave this placement behind. Yeah, everyone makes fun of Tujon. Tujon is like, it's like, Tujon, stand up for yourself. What is going on? He's too slow. I'm slow, but he beats me. He beats me. Like, no, you know. I have to, this is a very important placement. I'm taking because, the person is in the military and we don't have Aquarius and Taurus, but we have Taurus and Aquarius. The kite. For Tujon, not for Tujon, for Jeffrey. This is Jeffrey. That some people call him Jamal. But yeah, is Jaehyun Jeffrey for us. The kite. Is so him. Stop calling him Jeffrey. Jamal. Is so Jaehyun. Is so him. This is how he lives his life in NCT 1 to 7. In NCT in general. He's like, playing with the kite, just I'm free. Him just enjoying his life. First time I read this, I was like, who the hell is Jeffrey? Kite. I don't know if it's like the correct translation, but yeah, it's kite. Is the name of this thing, this blind thing. I don't know how you guys call it this. And it says materialization and rectification. Yeah, it's time to materialize creativity and work in teams is much better. The more firmly you step, the higher your jump. Yeah. Yeah, very, very free, very free. But at the same time, see that this is like the freedom, the air quality, and this Taurus, it's like you learning to fly without losing the ground. Yeah, yes, yeah, he got Jeffrey. I believe Johnny said it. Yes. Let's see. Talking about Johnny, let's see Aquarius and Gemini, or Gemini and Aquarius. The inventor. The inventor. Oh, J-Hope as well. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Gemini, Aquarius. The inventor. It says, communication, reticularity, you have to change radically your way of thinking. You have to surprise and be surprised. You have to invent something new. And user and electric. This is Johnny being sharp with his comments, with his remarks. Yeah, with that energy, it's like the ideas have to fly, basically. Talking about NCT, this is on the lead. Cancer and Leo, Leo and Cancer. Who else of idols do we have that have this combination? Cancer and Leo, Leo and Cancer. I'm thinking of Taeyeon, of NCT. Mm. Xiaojun and Mingi. The king and the queen. And Rain, the king and the queen. The queen and the king. He says, emotion and self-expression, noble feelings, dignity without pride. A lot of dignity, a lot of honor. Very royal, very royal. But this is basically like an energy, like the masculine and the feminine, it meets and they are this sort of like majestic couple, majestic royal couple in a person. This is why maybe there's moments where you can feel that there could be an excess of pride coming from a part, and then there could be an excess of you feeling like, oh my God, they are acting too much like a mother, or they are acting like they polarize, because they have the two of them. So of course there's moments where they're going to be more like into the king archetype, and then there's moments where they're going to be more like on the queen archetype, but they have both. So they can be both. They can be noble, but they can be also, a bit prideful as well. And this is why they have to balance, they have to balance these two energies, this marriage, this couple, this, that they have inside. The feminine, the sun and the moon, this very prestigious couple. Wonu, sounds like Johnny's being stunned. Cancer and Leo just feels whiny to me. My ego and my emotions, basically. Yeah. They demand a lot of attention, definitely. A lot of attention. It's like, yeah, they can be very generous, they can be very helpful, they can be like the sweetest, but they are also like waiting, like, okay, when are you going to say thank you? Like, like there's a prize. Do we have an idol that has Leo and Virgo? No, not Leo and Virgo. I always confuse the M. Leo and, do we have an idol that has Leo and Scorpio? Leo and Scorpio? This is reminded me of the strength card in the tarot. Tuning Kai. This is called the tamer. Tamer. It says, learn to control your instincts instead of letting them go. Don't give in to your basic instincts. You can't be distracted. Be a master of yourself. So why do I feel like this combination is a lot of work? Or at least there's something about this it's like they are not a good match for each other. Like, because I think that there's something about, Leo is all about, self-expression, it's about exposure, it's about showing who you are, why you want, your desires, it's about letting it all out. And somehow Scorpio is this lion, this lion inside of you. This is reminding me a lot of the strength card, because it's like you have to learn to control that lion. You have to have self-control, so I think that probably the moon also doesn't feel very comfortable in next to the Leo energy, and vice versa. And I think that for a Leo person to have a moon in Scorpio, it would make the person awkward, a bit awkward about, how they would move, because there's this need probably of, I will not show you all my cards, I will not show you my plans, because, I'm a bit like, I'm hiding things, or I'm keeping it to myself, because somehow the advice is that they don't have to be themselves, because there's the potential of them having these very strong instincts. Like, so if you really show your instincts, you can hurt yourself and others. So it also seems a bit dangerous for the person. It's like, don't play with fire. So it feels restrictive. It doesn't feel very, like, maybe the person could have some conflicts about their identity and their own desires also. Also, Jake, Scorpio Sun, Leo rising. My grandpa was this too. I think in this way it works. Okay. But Sun and Moon is in a square sign is hard. I feel the conflict in Hyun Kai. He seems to hold a lot of emotions inside, keeping the golden retriever Leo persona, but pretty dark inside. Yeah. And also there's something that you're like, because we know that he's a Moon in Scorpio, so we are like, there's a part of him that he could, get sexy, or he could, show this as part of his art, as part of his, there's deepness inside of him. There's this magnetism that is waiting, to be explored. But somehow the card is like, not too much, not too much. Like, no darkness, only sun, only sunlight. And here we are just popular and perfect. And we don't do dark. We don't do dark here. So yeah, keep it to the side, keep it to yourself, don't show it. It's interesting. The member said he never cried, but whenever he talks about his mom, he cried on live. And was like blood, like difficult crying. Oh. He must have an intense relationship with his mom. Yes. Yeah. I think that, yeah, I always, every time, I would have my birth chart, read, there's people, they would always, the astrologer would be like, oh, you must have a complex relationship with my mom. No, I loved my mom. Like, I think that my mom, despite her own struggles, I think that I always felt loved by her. But now that she's gone, I feel like, yeah, if I think about her, I want to cry, and I will cry anywhere, because I think that there's something about me, and I think that maybe this is what, when people say that Moon in Scorpio, they have conflicts with the mother. I think that there's something about me somehow sensing that my mom was not okay. And I think that she wanted to cover that she wasn't okay by having me. I'm this, I think that my biggest curse, I would say, is, and this is why it's so fitting to have these Scorpio placements, is because I had always been wanted. My mom wanted me so much that she was ready to die, to have me. And I think that you know, that's not a healthy feeling, you know. That's not a reason. Like, I think that she wanted to have me to maybe be like, oh, you know, I have a child. At least I have one child, you know. Before I died, I became a mom. So I there were moments where I think that she maybe, you know, that there's parents that they're like, well, you know, I'm a mother, and somehow maybe she expected me to know things or to choose, you know. And I've always been very self-efficient as a child, so there was something about her being like, oh, she's going to be okay, or oh, she's a smart, a smart kid, she's going to get over this. And I think that she never understood my emotional needs. You know, there was something about her being like, okay, 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 don't cry, it's over, it's over, like, you know, get it together. And there's this, I think that this is why sometimes I would get emotional about her, because there's this like blockage in my throat, you know, in my emotions, that I'm like, you know, you never let me fully show my vulnerability to you, because you couldn't stand to see me hurt. But at the same time, there's, you know, the child needs to be able to cry if they wanted to, or to complain if they wanted to, or to throw a tantrum if they wanted to. You know, there was something about that I couldn't do it in front of my mom. So I maybe, you know, having displacement, there's this restriction of like, you know, with my mom, I cannot show emotions with my mom, because it seems like it's like unleashing a beast for her. She cannot take it. She doesn't have time. She doesn't want to. She is too fragile. She has issues. I don't know, whatever the reason it is. I think that when we have this connection with our mom, it feels like our mom is not ready to meet us at the emotional turmoil of the way we feel, that we do feel so much, you know. I think that this is why sometimes we choke, and when we literally, when we want to, you know, maybe speak about how we feel, we tend to choke on our words, and we get all like with the ugly crying, and we get all like just like it seems like we're about to choke, because there's something about like, you know, I have all this that I wish I could have tell her, but there were moments where I felt rejected by her, you know, like she wouldn't have it. So, you know, it's like if your mom doesn't let you express yourself, like, then, you know, swallow everything. Don't show it. Don't show it, because it's not okay. You have to keep it in. Don't show it. And that's how we get sick sometimes. Mm. I don't think it necessarily means conflict with a mom, but can mean some kind of difficult or trauma associated with a motherhood. Yes. I have learned that wanting doesn't mean being. Yes. Your mom is pretty well expected too, then. Yes. Emotions. Yes. My father has a Scorpio moon, and same thing. It's hard for him to express emotions. Same for you, and same for him. Okay. A fear of being vulnerable. Yes, because it's like I go back to, you know, the person is like, I wanted to show this to her, but she is like, she rejected me. It's like she said like, no, not today, not today. I cannot with you. So, you know, save it for later. And it never happened. But then I went to therapy, and I work through this. I think that therapy for me is it was like me finding my mother, literally finding the mother. Finding the resources in my therapist is my mother. Is the mother that I could never like um, talk to really, or really express how I really felt back then. And I think that it was so therapeutic for me, you know, to use that space for this, to be able to say what I couldn't say back then, and that maybe she was like, oh, it's not a big deal, don't cry, don't cry. And maybe for me, it was a big of a deal. So, yeah. Like to have to be tough to be in this survival Scorpio energy, is that right? Yeah. Yeah, the mom is the basis, yes. Can be affected too. I've seen so many times with Scorpio moon autoimmune illness. Yes, Scorpio moon and Scorpio in general is such a great placement for therapists, but especially moon in Scorpio or moon Pluto, because it's about exploring emotions and the mind. Yeah, it changed me completely. Like to have that space of privacy. I think that is great. I think that a lot of people should try it, because if you can, just try it. It's great. It's great. My grandma got sick a lot of times for not being able to cry since she was young. Yes, even when parents, siblings, and son passed. She's Sun in Aquarius and Moon in Leo. Maybe a hidden Scorpio rising. Yes. But they have to go through healing themselves. First, or else it's shadow Scorpio moon or shadowy moon Pluto. Yeah. I also learned to heal myself, while being a therapist for others. Yes. Yeah. Every time a client of mine, they bring something, like a trauma, something from the past, I feel like we are healing together. Even if it didn't happen to me, what happened to the person, but I think that we are in there, we are together. And I also learn about people's. Yeah, that we're all, struggling with something. It's not, it's not. Um, well, Taurus in Capricorn, again, another person working the land. All the cards about Taurus are all working the land, definitely. Taurus in Capricorn, the Reaper or the Harvester. Materialization structure. You will achieve whatever you want as long as you are willing to work on it very consciously. Moment of a lot of concreteness, could it be? You can trust in your reality criteria. So yeah, like work the land. Yeah, the Reaper. Yes, work the land. Be careful. Don't cut yourself. He's so serious. He's so serious about working. I don't know. I never met a Taurus with Capricorn placements, but it seems like it could be like this. Also, isn't JK, BTS JK, Capricorn rising? Did I say Virgo and Capricorn? I believe I did. Yeah, because it's the same placement that you had, right? Yes, the person making watches. Yes. The watchmaker, yes. Look at this. This is this is Gemini. Do we have an idol that is Gemini, Scorpio moon? The psychoanalysis. Yes. Gemini and Scorpio, the psychoanalysis. Communication and intensity. Time to go deep about how you feel and make it explicit. Clarify it, state it. Conjunction is Scorpio Sun, Gemini Moon. Yeah. Yeah, him being a writer or him being a creator of his own much sense. You need to go deep about how you feel and make it explicit. So yeah, he has to write about how he feels. Clarify it and state it. He has to put it into words, how he feels. Libra Sag. I had Libra Sag here. Libra Sag, vacation. Vacation or holidays. Libra Sag. Complementation, expansion, moment for an encounter with biggest joy and plenitude. Enjoy of each other, enjoy of the other like the other enjoys of you. This time, if you want to expand or get better, you will need other people's goodwill. Journey and happiness in social settings. My one and only love, vacationing. Vacationing. Cancer and Libra. Do we have Cancer and Libra idols? Cancer and Libra, the mother. Yeah, all about the others. Ah, no, not the mother, Little Princess. Ah, it's about the child. It's about the child. Little Princess. Cancer, Libra, Libra, Cancer. Little Princess. Emotion and complementation. Learn about delicacy. Emotional intimacy. You deserve beautiful things. Being nice is not being unserious. See? This again talks about, sort of challenging, the archetype of, the soft signs, or maybe, in this case, we have Cancer and Libra. So, someone that has this combination that probably says like Little Princess, someone that probably was very well taken care of when they were younger, or they were, very beautiful, or they were surrounded by beautiful things. Life is beautiful. But, also the keyword in here, it says, being nice is not being unserious. And I think that this definitely shows sometimes when there's certain people that have like Libra placements, that sometimes people are like, oh, she's so funny, or she's like the cute one. And so they take them, like they're not serious because they're pretty, or because they seem spoiled. And no, it's just that life is beautiful. Wuyon again, Cancer Moon, Libra rising. Well, Chen has Cancer Moon, Mars, and Libra Venus. Yeah. The little princess. And I think that this is the reason why he is, well, he has two daughters, but I think that Chen, with all this Cancer energy and Libra energy, he's a great father for girls, a great father for girls, for feminine energy. I think that he probably, I don't know, I don't want to say this like because I don't know them, but why do I feel like he probably is like the motherly one or the softer one of the parents to their children? Probably her wife, his wife is like more on the, you know, taking care of other sides of the girls, and I can see Chen doing their hair, you know, playing with them, just, you know, reading like fairy tales and doing things with them, and him just connecting with this Venusian energy of peace and balance, and everything is beautiful. I think that he's such a dad's girl, girl's dad. There's something about him that it feels like this. Probably in touch with his feminine side. Yeah, because his feminine planets, Moon and Venus, are in domicile. Yeah. Ji Wook also, Samara? She has a Libra moon? Ji Wook? Cute. Cute. So cute. And also, you know, I think that, you know, definitely what I'm going to say, be nice is not being unserious. I think that you know, maybe there's something, especially about Chen, you know, well, it's just that Chen is a Virgo, so there's a lot of intelligence, a lot of sharpness behind, you know, his cute image. But there could be something about people taking him for granted and being like, you know, he's like you can feel like he could be a pushover, you know, because he's so nice, or he smiles a lot and he seems sweet and he seems quiet. But I think that every time I read for Chen, I have a huge respect for Chen, because I think that he loves to be pushed around, but only by his wife, I believe. You know, there's something about him being like, you know, the only one that can boss me around is my wife. Then the rest, no. And I think that you know, he, when he wants to, he can get very, you know, very sharp. He's a very intelligent man. It's just that he has the face, you know, the attitude of being soft. Yeah, remember he has said things for girls that were pretty healthy and encouraging too, about beauty standards and stuff. Oh, the male wife. Do you have an idol that is Cancer and Pisces moon? This is me, the tarot reader. But do we have an idol that is like the combination of Cancer and Pisces? Actually, not the tarot reader, the medium, it says. I don't know, I see it, tarot cards. But in here it says the medium. Trust your extreme sensitivity, but create create symmetry, concrete with that. Registers what others can't. So these people with this combination could be mediums or psychics. Ah, Theon SF9. Isn't Theon Moon in Scorpio? I don't know where I think that I read that. of SF9. It's Ilia. This is why she has, definitely. Definitely, Samara. Yeah, when you said that combo gave me anxiety, I think that being an idol and having this ability of absorbing other people's energy, it would make you very susceptible to catching other people's energy and not just being at peace. Mm. Oh, well, I have Cancer and Scorpio, but it's too graphic. I cannot show it. But it's a mother gives to the baby, and the baby covered in, in blood. But it's about giving birth. Actually, yeah, the card is called birth. Emotion intensity, moment to go as deep as possible into your emotional dimension, give in to what appears. So the most vital thing can happen is necessary to go through some painful and complete situation. And see, do we have an idol that is Cancer and Moon in Aquarius? Birth, yeah, birth. But see, there's a part that it says that it's necessary for the person to somehow, give in to the experience that maybe they will go through a sort of literally like very conflictive and very like painful situations, but that these situations are necessary for the person to, to connect with that deep side of themselves, that things probably will never be like, oh yeah, I'm so lucky, or I'm so like on a superficial level. It's always going to feel like you died and you rebirth, or a part of you died and now you're building yourself back up. It's going to feel intense. It's going to feel like you, and probably the person also will have to learn to be their own mother, learn to, mother themselves. Mm. Possibly Lisa is Cancer rising and Scorpio moon, but not sure about that. Yeah. DK is Aqua Sun Cancer moon. It's so, the ecologist is so cute. Defending nature. It says affection and emotion in groups. Share your intimacy and love. Share your intimacy and love will flow abundantly. Anyone could be your mother. Oh, anyone could be his mother. I mean, in life, it says, like that in these groups, in these connections, that it's like they have to belong to these groups where there's like, a humanitarian, of course, a humanitarian bond, an emotional bond. And in there, he's going to find, like his mother, like the mother. Very sweet, very sweet, very sweet. I like it. But yeah, probably the affection and the emotions, everything is going to appear in the groups. He probably is also part of a group that is very emotional, and he gets very like, that can also go for, for Samara, because I believe Samara is yeah, she is also a rising, Cancer rising. So yeah, give yourself to the groups. The groups can be your mother. Very nice. Do we have an idol that is a Scorpio and Pisces? I just brought to this earth to be a freedom fighter. A lot of work, Samara. A lot of work. Tayan of SF9. Right. We were talking about him. Yes. Yeah, the illusionist. Could it be? Illusionist is like a magician. The illusionist. This is giving me like, I don't trust you. like how come you can be you sell illusions? Well, it says intensity resonance, realize that everything is a simulation. Don't let yourself fall in the trap of reality. The only thing that will work is to create an illusion that looks like truth. Take advantage of the power of image. They are selling you an image. They are selling you an illusion. For relationships, I don't know. I wouldn't trust this person. I'm like, what are you trying to sell me? You know that sometimes we have this thing with Pisces idols that we are like, what are they? They have this vigor, expansive energy that you are like, I don't know. I look at you, I see your body, I see your energy, but you're always surprising me. I have no idea who you are. But the illusionist, it's like, wow. It's like they can really, make things disappear in front of you. Like, it's so scary. I don't know why. I think I would be scared of someone that has this potential of, I don't know if it would be like, for me, I don't know if I would see it like an illusionist or a magician. I think that I would see it more like an alchemist, someone that can shape the reality more than, showing you mirrors of, but somehow the cards are like, don't trust reality, just create illusions. And that's how they have to live life. Just create illusions, paint a picture for the people. So probably the idols that have this combination, they must be really hard to decipher. Because even when you think that you know them, there's something, that they can. I think that for being an artist, this is cool for being an artist. Because it's like you can never put them in a box. Every time you think that you know them, or if they're your biases, you're like, oh, I think that, he's always like this, or he used to be like this, or he has this tendency of being like this. And this combination is like, no, no, I can be much more. And they adopt other people's energy too. Exactly. Pisces. They may not know themselves either. Yeah. They get lost on other people's images. Yes. Like a chameleon. My little cousin is Pisces, Sun, Scorpio, rising, and she's my baby. Yesterday, she lit up the government's patriotic lights because she's the governor of Children's Parliament. Ah, it must be a cutie. But also, there's something just that I say is dangerous, but it's also very seductive, because Pisces and Scorpio is giving me like like sirens, yes, like a mermaid, like someone that seduces you, like you are like, whoa, like you are a lad, like you are a lad. You're a lad, but I'm intrigued. I feel like this is a combo that could lose itself in the industry, though. They need a reality check, yes, especially about not, finding ways to evade themselves. Mm, yeah, I agree. I agree. Because probably they're really good at fooling people. Like you ask them if they're okay, and they're really good at, oh, yeah. Do we have an idol that is Gemini Leo? Gemini Leo. Because I have here Gemini Leo, the speaker or the preacher. It could be a politician. It could be literally a politician. But it could be a speaker, also someone that speaks to the audience. Seductive with an H. Hechan? Oh, yes, Hechan. Expression. Talk with dignity and you will be supported. With clear thoughts and an open heart, you will get to the others. Expressiveness, verbal expressiveness. How do you say like capacity in is it oratory or is it a speaking capacity? How is it? Do you guys also say it like oratory? Is that a word? Oratorical ability. Oratorical ability. Or public speaking ability. That's better. That's better. Yeah. Yes. Or oratory skill. Public speaking ability. I like it better. Yeah. They have this. They could be politicians as well. Yeah. Let's leave him there. What a waste. What a waste. Do we have an idol that is like Taurus Leo or Leo Taurus? I have one here. Yes, we shouldn't mention them. Yeah. I have the dandy or dandy. Leo Taurus. Taurus Leo. Materialization and self-expression. It says, you have it all. Don't look for more. You don't need it. Only quality things. Satisfaction with what you own. Satisfaction with what you own. Kun, Taurus Moon, Leo rising. Donnie has this combination. Yeah. Yeah, like also is this is very important. If we think, if we think about this, this archetype, the dandy, and this is like very old fashioned. But this also talks about quality. Like you have everything that you need. Probably these are people like with, from old school, like old money, Like sometimes people are like, oh, this style is very old money. So the dandy, like this energy of Leo and Taurus, is giving old money. Like you don't have to go and buy any kind of brand or new things to impress someone, because in the lifestyle, or the lifestyle or the style that they have, or the education that they have, or it seems like they give off this vibe of old money, that they always wear very fancy things, or whatever they use is a really good quality, that is like really is very well taken care of, or it's an amazing quality that it will last forever and it looks great on them. There's something about them enjoying the stability of being like, yeah, I'm fancy, I live a good life. I live a good life, and I don't have to go and buy something what is trending or what people are wearing these days. No, because my sense of fashion lasts forever. My sense of fashion is timeless. It's timeless. I have everything I need. I don't have to go and buy. Mm, so shallow. Yeah, also about appearances. Yes. Also about appearances. Everything is about appearances. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But well, this is one of the few combinations of Taurus where they are not working the land. So somehow they made it. I don't know. They heritated something, but they are not working on the land anymore. It was all about showing off on social media. Couldn't take no for an answer. Oh, no, 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 no. Huge ego. Yeah. And another one's look, the next one is Taurus and Libra. Another ones that also are already parting. The card is called the Feast, or Feast. Do we know some idol that has Taurus and Libra, or Libra Taurus? So this is also a person that their lives, it's like a party all the time, 24/7. Like life is good, or at least their energy is like the kind of person that always invites you to have a good time. It's like, don't worry about a thing. Everything is a party. In here we celebrate. In here we have fun. In here we are always celebrating. It says materialization and complementation, pure moments of enjoyment and satisfaction. Things to be true, but they are. Been opening, glamour, a lot of glamour. This people with this combination, a lot of glamour. Ning Ning, yeah, Ning Ning and Henry. It's like life is good. Yeah, it is good. Do we have Libra Pisces or Pisces Libra? Here we have Eros and Psyche, Eros and Psyche. Love is there, you are love. In the others, you will find your soul. Fascination. Very dreamy. Libra and Pisces. This card looks like the Hermit. Sagittarius and Capricorn. The Hermit. Expansion structure. Put your faith in a person that looks serious and responsible. You need to embark in a journey of self-knowledge, or self-knowledge. Sagittarius. Mm. Very lonely card. Very lonely. And also, it's sort of, if this is the case for her, it sort of makes sense why she attracts so many Capricorn. Because you know that we were like, hey, you are a Capricorn woman. Why are you with all these Capricorn men? What is it? Like, you must be one of the few that, and you know, that you are like always attracting the Saturnian energy when you are Saturnian yourself. But in here it says, you know, put your trust in someone or in a person that looks serious and responsible. So that looks a Capricorn or that looks like Capricorn. You need to embark yourself in a journey of self-knowledge or self-actualization. Yeah, very lonely. A very lonely road, a very lonely journey. But yeah, they need to surround themselves with very serious people. Mm. Well, this one, Libra and Capricorn, is very obvious. Libra and Capricorn. Ballerina. Libra and Capricorn. Ballerina. Complementation and structure. To achieve something decent, you have to work very hard and persistently. To reach to the essence of the matter implies to train more. So, not an easy life for this person, that they want to achieve, you know, great things, but they have to train a lot. Be very harsh on themselves. Very rigid, but beautiful. You have to take your relationships with much seriousness and realism. So relationships are serious. Relationships are a serious matter for you then. No joke. I did a bit of ballet, but gave up quickly. Oh, I'm sure. Oh my God. Do we have an idol that is Leo Virgo? Nion? Yeah. It's abdication. I don't know what it means, but it says abdication. Again, you know, with the Libra, we still have a king, but in this case, this king is kneeling for others, in service for others. It's more like, you know, I'm serving others. It says, willing to surrender with vulnerability is not about becoming famous. So the person, you know, has to be, you know, vulnerable enough, or, you know, I think that there's something about, you know, also be humble, probably humble enough to recognize that whatever they do for the people or for their reign or for their, you know, their audience, it has to be from a place of like, okay, I'm doing this very selflessly, and not to be famous or not to be known for this. You know, I'm doing it because I can, and because, you know, it's my values. I have a strong values. And it's about doing the right thing, also doing what is correct. Do what you have to do, play your part with responsibility. Displacement is serious. It's not about fame. It's not about showing off, like, oh, look at me. No, it's more about, giving back to maybe the people, the community, whoever is watching. Isn't there a guy in God 7 too? I don't know. I think that in God 7, there's 2 Virgo, but with moon in Aries. Jin Young and Mark. They have to accept to move on, and others coming at point. Oh, these could be politicians. We need of this artist who was rumored to not accept is coming and possibly taking her place. Belinda. Ah, yes, I know her. Yeah, I grew up watching her, Belinda. Even though I believe she's younger than me, a bit younger, but I remember her. She was very famous. Do we have Gemini Sagittarius? The evangelist. This combination, there must be a lot in Korea with all the cults that they have in the name of God. Gemini and Sagittarius, or Sagittarius Gemini. The evangelist, communication and expansion. Communication and expansion, it seems more like expanding on the BS. Moment to verbalize and share your truth. If you truly believe it, say it. To truly learn, you have to study, investigate, do the research. And also remember, I believe Hope has, didn't Hope mentioned that she's a Sag? But the good thing about, because this is the part that is important, there's an advice that it says that to truly learn, you have to study, you have to investigate, you have to do the research. Somehow these people, these fanatics, or maybe the people that are like really good at talking and convincing others, they are fake. They don't study. They sell you that, oh, I know everything about, I have studied a lot and traveled the world, and they know a lot, and it's a lie. So somehow, for you to maybe, use this energy better and not being spreading like false information or creating, cults, you have to study, you have to do the research, you have to sit down and use your intelligence for something positive. Yeah, because I remember that she tells us that she's studying, she keeps studying, she's always like studying and improving herself. So this is like the it's like she's exuding or using the best to her abilities, this energy. It's like continue studying, continue like acquiring knowledge. Well, Taurus and Sagittarius, do we have an idol that is Taurus and Sagittarius? The Buddha. Taurus and Sagittarius. The offering. The offering. My second baby is Sun and Moon in Sagittarius and Gemini rising. I love her, but she needs some taming. Yeah, I'm sure they do. These people mustn't have like self-control. It's all about like consuming and consuming and consuming and consuming because, but here it says expansion in the economy. What you invest, it will be multiplied. generosity and goodwill, yours and from others. So if they're generous and if they share with others, it will multiply. So if they share with others what they have, it will multiply. And also a good fortune in the economics, in the economical side. I believe my godson is Taurus rising, moon in Sagittarius. Possibly the sun, Taurus, Sun, Sag, Moon. Geno. Yeah, the more he shares with others, the more, lucky he will be. But probably he will be rich also. Maybe marry someone rich, but live a good life, No, my Scorpio's godson. Yeah, my Scorpio godson. He's Scorpio Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Taurus rising. Taurus rising. He's all about the food. He's 5 years old, but he's all about, he consumes everything in excess. He consumes everything in excess. But so this is why when she said something about that there could be some taming, I think that definitely when you have the combination, you need to because there's a lot of expansion. So I'm like, they could be a bit fanatic of consuming a lot, and not knowing when to stop until they don't see the end of it, yeah, my godson is very exaggerated. When he eats, he wants to eat until the end, and then he makes himself feel sick, so, and the only one that he listens to is his mother, the only one that he listens to. But then with the others, he plays dumb, he loves Coke also, like typical children of his age. If it was up to him, he would drink, Coke 24/7. But no. Gemini. Do we have Gemini Virgo of an idol? Gemini Virgo. This is my ideal job. That I believe that is Hope's job as well. Librarian. Is it librarian or librarian? Gemini Virgo. Yes. Since I can remember till this day, any song makes me cry. Suho? Yeah, this is Suho then. Exo Suho. Communication and service. Put in order your thoughts and think in a very systematic way. To be well accessoriated, read about different topics, read a bit of everything. Build constructive criticism. Yeah, build constructive criticism. But yeah, he has to, get very much into studying, read a lot, and also put his thoughts in order. This is too mercurial, I would say. Too mercurial for this man. It's like communication and order is like a robot. The pressure that he must feel, poor guy. Johnny also, Gemini Moon, Virgo rising. The James Wood chat in everybody. Sun to Gemini Moon Virgo rising. Yeah. Leo Aquarius, the choir. Is it choir? Do you say this choir? The choir or choir? The choir, I believe it's called. Choir. Choir. Chore. I said chore like chores. No, the choir. It's a self-expression reticularity. It's like you have to be part of a group of pairs. Your creativity will be multiplied for thousands if you collaborate with others. You must be part of a team, but don't forget about your own individuality. Aries, Sagittarius, the sensei, the teacher, the sensei master, sensei teacher. Passion to transmit knowledge. Dare to teach what you're passionate about. Put your ideas in action. Aries, Sagittarius. Gemini is Leo Capricorn, right? Leo Capricorn, we have calligrapher, the calligrapher. Leo Capricorn. We don't know. Okay. It says, self-expression extractor. The most important thing is to look perfection in what you do, and you have to practice a lot. Express yourself without looking for recognition, because when you do, you will shine. Your personality is already matured. Face things or face reality. Like probably this combination of, Leo Sun, Moon in Capricorn, it could be that, Leos usually they tend to be, a bit much more like on the childish kind of, they're very funny and everything. But maybe this kind of Leo could be more on the serious side, more on the looking more mature than their age, especially when they express themselves. Very knowledgeable, perfect, like a leader also, someone that also works very hard, very hard. Well, this could be all the idols, but this could be, very charismatic leader, but also someone that has trained a lot. Sana is Cap Sun Leo Moon. Yeah, always perfection in themselves, always flawless, always, ready. Too young. Perfection in what you do. That's the key. This is why, sometimes when we think about Julian, sometimes we are like, oh, he's too slow, for some things, for maybe being, and we're like, oh, he's clumsy or he didn't get this joke. But I think that when it comes to his craft or his talents, he's slow, but he knows what he does, or he knows, his craft, or he knows, how to deliver. It's just that maybe when it comes to being authentic or being, that is not work related, it's just being funny, or it's just being, spontaneous. Maybe he has a bit of like trouble into, being spontaneous like that, because for him it has to come out perfect. So this is why it takes longer. Mm. Well, Sagittarius and Aquarius, there's no need for me to tell you, this is an astronaut. So yeah, traveling space. Taurus and Cancer, we have the cow. It literally, this card is called the cow. I thought that it was for the person that was like milking the cow. No, it's the cow, the cow. Taurus and Cancer. The cow. It says materialization and emotion. With productivity, you can give others what they need. What you receive today will be of good use tomorrow. So again, see, they're still working the land. Yeah, it comes a bit awkward. Yeah, in a funny way. Leo Libra, the Narcissus. Leo Libra. Someone that is in love with themselves. Narcissus, it says you have to think more about yourself and then help the rest. Acknowledge your artistic qualities. Acknowledge your artistic qualities. So it's someone that basically they have to become a bit narcissistic to make it. They have to love themselves. They have to love themselves first, and then they can love others. Actually, it's not about loving others, it's more like helping others. This could be a person that they could be a good role model when it comes to image, or when it comes to how to look more presentable, or how to look much more beautiful. Something about um, beauty, style, manners, all things that it has to do about the person just becoming their best version, or becoming more prettier, or looking better, their best version. This could be someone that encourages the others to look well, and they have to be very focused on themselves as well. And I think that they are great, like a great example for others, because if you look at them, you're like, oh, I think I never was able to love myself like this, or to pay that much attention to me, to my reflection, or to my beauty. I never put that amount of presence or attention to me, and they remind you, like, look at yourself, love yourself, look you in the mirror and tell yourself that you're beautiful today. Jonghon as well, Leo Sun, Libra Moon. Yeah, could be quite creative and artistic at its best. Yeah, this is why it says acknowledge your artistic qualities. Yeah, because behind all that, Narcissus kind of, oh, I'm so beautiful, or I'm perfect, or you have other talents. So don't stay on the superficial part. Just show them that you have much more. Or don't let people just put this label on you that, oh, you're just a pretty face, or you're just one of those pretty people, and just teach them that you have much more. Well, the other day we said, Cancer and Virgo, pediatrician. working with children. This also has to do the combination of, Virgo and Cancer. It has to do with you being gentle because you are treating definitely a child. So you have to be very gentle in the way, not only the way you communicate, but also the way you approach them, the way you talk to them, the way you touch them, So in here it says pediatrician, it says emotion and complementation, careful in their approach, very mindful about what to say, do, or act. Think and feel are integrated. Think and feel are integrated. Yeah, because for you to work with children, you have to, look as, as less menacing as you can. You have to somehow, make the child feel safe, get the child to trust you. It's a whole protocol. It takes, this is why it says here, careful in your approach, in their approach. Very mindful about what to say, do, or act. Think and feel are integrated. Then I have Sagittarius and Libra. That is Sagittarius and Pisces. That is another the Lulu. Sagittarius and Utopia, expansion and resonance. Don't be afraid to communicate, express, or live your ideals. This will resonate energetically in your peers. It's moment to be free and to be freeing. Project your future accordingly to your highest aspirations. Don't lose opportunities. So yeah, very idealistic, very idealistic. Leo Sagittarius. This is like Indiana Jones, like, but it says traveler. It says traveler. Leo and Sagittarius. It says traveling internally and externally will expand your consciousness. Trust that you can do it. Move. Cancer and Capricorn, the grandpa. Cancer and Capricorn, the grandpa. The grandpa. You know that there's people that gives you grandpa feeling, grandpa nature. Emotion extractor. It says moment of serene emotion with your loved ones. It's time to observe more objectively and commit the grandpa. The grandpa. Jay, yes. Jay. I think that this one we've seen. Leo and Pisces, we've seen the shaman. Gemini, Cancer. Storyteller. The storyteller. Gemini and Cancer. Cancer and wait. Well, Cancer and Sagittarius. This could be like the teacher. The teacher? School. It is a school. Well, the school years, it could be. Emotion expansion. You have to start from the most basic, even if you think that you don't have to. Only then you will learn to understand the more complex one. The important thing now is to learn about your inner world. Gemini, Capricorn, the captain, Gemini, Capricorn. The captain. It says communication instructor, moment to decide for the most logical posture and evident. Think, then act in consequence. You can trust in objectivity and the realism of your own criteria. Think and act. How do you say this? Very, calculative. This I said, I believe. Aries and Cancer? No, Capricorn. Aries and Capricorn. Mountain climber. Mountain climber. Mountain climber. You set goals. You set goals and go after them without wasting time. Success comes with effort. But this energy flows very well, like Aries and Capricorn, because the person is very organized and is very about moving forward. It's like you set goals and go after them without wasting time. Success comes with effort. This is yours, Rafi. I think that we said this. Virgo and Capricorn. The watchmaker. You have to be more precise and face very seriously what you are proposing. Concentration is demanded and perseverant work or perseverant labor. Service and structure. Well, the singer, we've seen it. The musician, not the singer. Capricorn and Aquarius, beyond the top. You're ready to give the big jump, realize that you reach a certain limit. Go beyond, do some responsible craziness. It's like do some responsible craziness. Commit yourself to freedom. Then Aquarius, Pisces. In here it says Bodhisattva is an enlightened being. It's a being, like it could be a goddess. I'm sorry if I'm like not pronouncing very well. Bodhisattva. It says resonance, moment of a lot of sensitivity, towards the suffering of the other beings. Open your heart to the necessities of your people, of your kind. It's time to be more compassive. Feel. The other is you. You are the other. Enlightened being. Very empathic. They feel everything. Gemini Libra. Did I say this? Gemini Libra. Indecision. Here we come. Here we come with the card of indecision. Gemini Libra. Yeah, because both of them are ruled by duality. So indecision. Communication and complementation. You have to make a decision sooner or later, but remain the pros and cons into consideration. Contemplate the situation, choose. Don't let others choose for you. The guy is thinking, I want them both. I want the two of them. I don't want to choose. I'm freaking out. I don't want to choose. I'm nervous. I don't know. And this one we said, Virgo and Aquarius, the astrologer. This we said, the astrologer. Discover your function in the cosmos. Your faith depends on it. You are part of something bigger that transcends you. The astrologer. Ah. Well, I think that I got to do them all. 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think that I got to them all. I believe I did. Did I say Libra and Pisces? Not Libra and Pisces, Aries and Pisces. Wu Wei is Aries and Pisces. Wu Wei. Yes. Wu Wei. It says inaction or action without effort. Don't try to understand your actions. Just guide yourself through your intuition. Wu Wei. Yeah, it's more like he has to connect with his intuition, not react that much. Do not attack just blindly. Just, connect first. Then Aries and Aquarius, Prometheus. Aries and Aquarius, Prometheus. Desire reticularity. The most sane thing is to do some insane. Exercise creativity, rebel, great teamwork. Always some Aquarius placement, like inviting you to go crazy, go insane, and unlock your creativity. Go insane. Yeah, I think we did them all. Yeah. Yeah, we did them all. We did them all. Mm. Oh my God. I'm tired. Yeah, I know that this deck is not easy to get because I don't know if it's run out of in the printing. I don't know if they cancel it or what, or if they continue with this. But I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you the pictures. Yes. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have to look for it. It's okay. Maybe too expensive. Mm. And um yeah, about what you said that you wanted me to show you about my placements. I don't know. I don't think that I resonate with the cards that are here. I try to look for them, and I'm like, the only one that is like the closest to my placements, it could be the nuclear. What was it? The nuclear, that I don't even understand why is that, like um nuclear physicist, the nuclear physicist, that is just be rational, Julius, sensible, discerning, take over authority, but don't fall on authoritarianism. Concentrate to achieve what you want. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a tarot reader. I don't know. So probably, yeah, the closest one would be the medium, the Gemini and Pisces. Gemini and Pisces was Gemini and Pisces. Yeah, no, not the medium, the tarot reader. The tarot reader. Gemini and Pisces. Very intuitive, perceptive to subtle messages. Your life is like poetry. Surrender to what you don't know. Bridge between mental and spiritual state. Mm. Yes. Yeah. Power. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, like in because in the 10th house, I also have not just a lot of Pluto and Scorpio and everything, but I also have the moon in there. So usually when I have confrontations with authority or with people in power, or when I am in power and I have, conflicts with the people that are supposed to follow me, um, I always it's like it's very obvious. Like I cannot fake, you know, my face say it all. You know, my face, my body language. I cannot. If I'm upset, you know, it's very noticeable. It's like I'm very exposed to, you know, like I always get this not emotional, but I always get very, you know, intense at the workplace or at a certain meetings, important meetings, especially when you know I have to mediate or I have to give my opinion or I have to state something or I have to give some guidelines. You know, I always like I'm very very honest and I don't hide it. And I think that yeah, in my workplace, in the workplace, I think that I found myself like, you know, becoming very intense, like you know, like things were very important for me, very important for me. Um, and then I realized that it was of no use because you know I would get very agitated, I would get very angry at certain things, um, or I would be very honest about things that I didn't like or things that I think that we should improve or work on. And some people didn't care. They didn't want to be better. They didn't want to advance. They didn't want to hear it. They just wanted to pretend like everything was okay, like, oh, we're a family and we are all okay and everything is okay. And so that's when you know, I stopped being passionate about my work, like, or about my position at work. You know, um, I stopped being ambitious, I would say. What happened? Can you see me, guys? I think I'm running out of battery. Can you see me? Yeah, like my screen turned it turned dark. So I will have to go because probably I'm running out of battery and I don't have the charger here. Mm. Yes. Yeah, to me, Cap Scorpio is strong. Also, Mars energy, because Mars is domicile in Scorpio and exalted in Cap. So there is a theme, ambition, and independence with both. Also, being the moon in there, you know, I always felt like exposed. You know, like they would play with my emotionality, I would say, or with how much I would invest of myself in the projects. And at the end, things wouldn't change. So I was like, okay, I'm putting all my energy, I'm putting all of me in this, you know, with the people, with the projects, with what I have to do. And the result would be mediocre, you know, and I was like, why am I so invested, you know, in this in this part that doesn't appreciate it and that they don't want to go deep. They just want, you know, things to remain a certain way, and they just prefer be mediocre and just, you know, not talk about what really is going on, you know, not face what is really going on. So I was like, okay, I will stop caring. I will not care anymore. I will not care. I will not get upset. I will not get involved. I will just assist to the meetings and will not say anything. And that's it. And that's it. And once I get offended, once I shut down like this, that's it. And I don't recover the passion. I don't recover the excitement. I just I just become numb. But yeah. Thank God I'm different. I'm different, but I learned my lesson. But yeah, okay, guys. Yeah, now I'm going to go. Now I'm going to go because I cannot see the screen. I can see a tiny bit, but I cannot see it entirely. So yeah. Thank you guys for being here. This was a long live stream, but finally we made it because there was a lot of interruptions. So yes, I will see you on Sunday. Okay, have a lovely week. Bye.